Hi everybody, this is me talking to you. Tell me what your heart can do. No Barbra music this week. Turns out YouTube has very strict rules about that. I didn't realize that. I thought it was fair usage, but it'll just have to be me singing alone. Anyway, welcome to Sunday with Allie. I'm Allie Waldman, your Barbra Streisand videocaster. This is Sunday, August 5th, and only 66 days till Barbra in Brooklyn. You getting excited? You should be getting excited. I'm excited. So let's start with Release Me. Now, there was a report, we talked about it last week, about Release Me, the collection of rarities from the vault, which may or may not be called Release Me, coming out on September 25th. Well, it turns out that we've been told that that report is erroneous. But here's the deal, folks. I think there's two things that might be erroneous about that report. One, it may not be called Release Me. They might be talking about another title for this, because I've heard that for a while, that Barbra was not, Barbra kind of liked the pun, Release Me, but other people thought, yeah, we should do something different. And then the other problem is September 25th is the first night of Yom Kippur, which is the most religious day on the Jewish calendar. So to release that album on the same day that Yom Kippur begins would be in some ways sacrilegious. Also, anybody who bought it, anybody Jewish who observes the holiday, who bought it that day would not be able to play it for 2 days if they were observing the High Holy Day. And the previous, now Columbia product, probably anybody's product, comes out on Tuesdays. So the previous Tuesday would put you right at Rosh Hashanah. Remember the way we were? Happy Rosh Hashanah? So I think Barbra's got to avoid Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur when it comes to releasing this album. And since the album is not going to be Grammy eligible, except in the historical category, because these are all tracks that were previously recorded, she doesn't need to have it out by September 30th because it's not going to be a Grammy-nominated product. Therefore, she can release it either October 2nd, I think it's October 2nd, or October 9th, which would be right before the Brooklyn concert, and it would be, perfect timing. I don't believe that they're going to hold it until after the concerts, because the whole point of having a new product and having concerts is one thing promotes the other. And as I've told you guys before, Barbra and her people love synergy. They love when she has more than one thing going on, so that when she's out there, she can talk about, oh yes, I have a movie coming out called The Guilt Trip, and I've got these concerts in Brooklyn, and I just have a new album, and yada, yada, yada. You see what I mean? It's all comes together. So now don't confuse this CD, which may or may not be a single CD, or maybe a couple of CDs. I don't think it's going to be the box set that we once envisioned it to be. The economics of the business have just changed, and box sets are really not what they're doing. I know there are still some, Bob Dylan, I think, put one out, and Paul Simon put one out, but generally speaking, you're not getting a lot of box sets these days. This is not to be confused with the 12 DVDs. The 12 DVDs are probably coming out in 2013. Matt Howell from Barbra Archives is fairly certain that it's going to come out in 2013 to coincide probably with Gypsy. Now, some of you have, again, been either curious or forgotten what exactly is the 12 DVDs, what it will be on the 12 DVDs. And we don't know for certain. We don't know. But I can give you a couple of ideas, okay? The 1969 special that she did from Las Vegas, which was never aired, only clips of it aired on the Ed Sullivan Show, the Hello Dolly medley, and her singing on a clear day. That was an entire TV special of her 1970 show at the International Hotel. I think that's going to be released. The David Frost interview, 90-minute interview she did with David Frost in 1971, and she sings 2 songs. I think that's going to be included. The Burt Bacharach appearance, the Star Salute Israel appearance, possibly the making of A Star is Born, the making of Yentl, A Film is Born, the music videos that Barbra's released that have never been, they've been broadcast, but they've never been released. All those things can be part and parcel of the 12 DVDs. So it will be worth waiting for. And we do know that she was working on it earlier this year, probably doing intros and interstitials, explaining what's on there, and probably reviewing the tapes. So we know that that's in the works. Be patient. Same thing about Gypsy. I was very, very flabbergasted this week to read on the Barbra message board that so many people are doubting that Gypsy is the next big project in Barbra's lineup. I realize that Barbra has not said a lot in public about it, but Jim Brolin has talked about it on his Truth Alert. He said Barbra, is going to do Gypsy, and he'll be the first one in line to buy a ticket. We have the announcement of Julian Fellowes. Believe me, you don't hire Julian Fellowes to write the screenplay, to put it all together, to prepare it, unless you're serious. I mean, that's not, that you don't throw $1 million away on a script that may never get filmed. I mean, true, Hollywood has been known to throw money away before, but that's not the case here. Fans, how can I explain this to you more clearly? Barbra has a deep desire to go out with a big musical, to do a big splashy musical, and she wants it to be something surefire, and Gypsy is surefire. It's a great story, it's a great character, it's great music, and whatever the age problems, they're going to deal with it. So all the people who are doubtful, worried, concerned, second-guessing, just remember, you are where you are for a reason, and Barbra is where she is for a reason. She's been right more than she's been wrong. Okay? So let's give her the benefit of the doubt. She knows what she's doing, and she didn't reach this point in her career by being dumb and making stupid mistakes. And if it is a mistake, it's her mistake. Okay? So let's just calm down. I guarantee you, I'll put my reputation on the line. Barbra's doing Gypsy. Okay? If I'm wrong, come back to me. Okay? Now, the momentum for the guilt trip is really heating up. And again, we're going to start seeing more stuff. August is here. That the trailer will be out this month. I think we're starting to see more adult comedy entertainment coming to the movie theaters. You got the Meryl Streep movie opening. Then in September we got this Clint Eastwood movie opening. Barbra could be attached to either one of those films. I think we're going to start seeing more and more guilt trip information soon. She's already getting mentions on websites for Best Actress nominations. I know some people who've seen the guilt trip who think that she's got a really good chance for an Oscar nomination. Then there are a couple who are not really sure. They're more confident that she's going to get a Golden Globe nomination. I say, let's wait and see. I'll make my determination when I see the movie, okay? But I did hear one thing that was really pretty cool. Guess who wants like 15 to 20 seats at Barbra's Brooklyn concert? Seth Rogen. Yeah, how do you like that? He wants to bring his whole family. Every friend he knows he wants to bring to see Barbra perform. I think that's sweet. Now, I do want to address this other situation, this other thing that was going on the board about the sort of frustration with Barbra's camp. Why haven't we gotten more about the 50th anniversary? Why is there not, why aren't they giving us more information? You got to remember, folks, these folks, Marty and company, have been at it. They've been working diligently on Barbra's career for over 50 years. They've been super, super successful. They know what works, and they're going to do things their way. They're not going to do things our way. They're not going to send out Twitter alerts every other day telling us what Barbra's up to and what rehearsals are like. We've gotten a few hints here and there from Richard J. Alexander, but I think he's just trying to, kind of be optimistic and tell us, oh, good guys, good, Barbra's rehearsing this, and oh, the rehearsals are going great, and oh, this is wonderful. I believe all that's true. But there's nothing really substantive in what he's saying, because it is not in the nature of Barbra's camp to tip their hands. It's as simple as that. They're not going to tell us. They're going to let us be surprised. Okay? So, let's settle on being surprised. And let's stop being so impatient. Let's remember that we've waited before, and Barbra is usually worth the wait. Okay? So, let me read my list. There was a very, very disturbing story in the National Enquirer this week about Barbra and a stalker. And very, very strange. I always get nervous when I hear this stuff, especially when Barbra's getting ready to do concerts and whatever. We can expect the security to be very, very tight in Brooklyn. Don't try to sneak in a tape recorder. Don't try to sneak in. I'm not even sure they're going to let us have cell phones. I mean, we'll have to wait and see. I'm sure we'll be going through metal detectors. And frankly, between you and me, I'm glad. I'm glad. I'd rather be safe than sorry. I didn't like the fact that in the 2006 concert, somebody threw a cup of water at Barbra on the stage. I don't like that stuff. So I hope that the security is tight. And I hope that everything goes perfectly. Speaking of Brooklyn, I think it's very, very possible we're going to see some guest stars on the stage. The rumor cropped up again that Il Volo is involved. I do not believe that Il Volo is necessarily going to be singing with Barbra, but I do believe that they might be the opening act. Maybe they're going to sing before, maybe they're going to come out and do some kind of an intermission. I think when Barbra has a break, they might be, part of the performance. I don't really care for them. I think it's kind of, too much like Il Divo, but no, it's not my decision. So I'm just going to wait and see, because I'm just looking forward to Barbra, and I know she's going to put on a great show. I do believe that if they are in any way part of Barbra's show, I think they'll work them in a subtle way. Not the way Il Divo was. Not the way she sang with Il Divo. It'll be something more clever, in my opinion. Now, last week, I mentioned that I'm going to do a spoiler review after the first concert and after the second concert. And I hope that, I asked everybody what their opinions were, and so far everybody likes the idea. The only people who didn't like the idea understood that they will simply not tune in. They will avoid it until after the concerts are over, and then they'll watch the spoiler review. So unless I have technical troubles in New York when I'm up there, you can count on me doing those post-concert reviews, and I will definitely share as much information as I can, and hopefully it'll be really exciting. I think it will be. I really do. Let me refer to my list. Okay. An interesting thing cropped up this week. See, you never know what's going to crop up. I put it on the BarbraFiles.com. That's my website. The BarbraFiles with an S.com. Under the thought of the day. A recording that was made, it looks like a documentary film footage of Barbra recording Since I Fell From You on the Barbra Joan album. I think Matt Howe was the one who found this, Matt from Barbra Archives, and found it on YouTube. And it is amazing, amazing footage. If you can, go to the Barbra Files, watch it. It's amazing. Now, the people from Columbia Records who are presumably listening to this are like, they're not like really sure what they're hearing. They're acting all serious and everything. And it's like Barbra is singing her guts out. I mean, it is such an incredible performance. But wait till the very end, because her reaction is just adorable. Because when Richard Perry, who produced the session, didn't react instantly with, "Ah, Barbra, it's wonderful, we loved it," Barbra right away was like, "What? You didn't like it? What's wrong with it? Richard, you would have said right away if you liked it." I love that sense of, insecurity, that she's always trying to prove herself, that she's always trying to be better. That's great. Catching you up on Barbra memories, we have now surpassed our cutoff date, and I have to tell you guys, this has been an embarrassment of riches. I have more stories for the book than I know what to do with. So it's going to be like Sophie's Choice time, and I'm going to have to decide, how many pages we have, which stories stay in. Hopefully I can keep as many as possible, but right now I think we have over 80 stories, and a lot of them are just wonderful. So thank you everybody who contributed to the book, and I hope you all make the cut. The ones who do make the cut, you will be receiving a release form from me, and as I told you before, the release form must be signed and returned pretty much immediately. All you have to do is sign it, scan it, and email it back to me so that I can make sure that we're, covered, legally, that everything is cool, that you want to be in the book, and, we'll take it from there. The plan is still to have the book ready for October. I want to remind everybody to go to Jerry Ollinger's movie material store on 35th Street, between 8th and 9th Avenues. If you go now, it's a perfect time because there's all kinds, the crowds aren't as bad. You'll be able to look through all the Barbra binders, great Barbra photos. My friend Robert Annan recently went and found some gorgeous Hello Dolly photos, which he shared, some scans with me. So trust me, guys, you're going to want to go to Jerry's even before the book signing. The book signing will be Friday, October 12th, probably mid-afternoon. I'm thinking sometime between 2 and 5. We're still determining the time. Also, I'm probably going to do pre-orders, so I'll know exactly how many books to bring. Again, I will keep you informed of all of that as we get closer. Okay? Okay? Finally, gee, I've covered everything? I think I have. So just to wrap up for the week, I kind of want to remind everybody we are in the quiet time. This is the calm before the storm. I know some people have been frustrated expecting more 50th anniversary excitement. It's coming, but it's coming, the Barbra song Autumn, it feels like autumn. When it's autumn, that's when the 50th anniversary is going to kick in. Barbra's actual signing with Columbia Records was October 1962. That'll be the 50th anniversary. I'm sure they have big plans in mind. I would not be surprised if there's some big publications that are in the works that we don't know about. I'm sure at the concert there'll be some amazing 50th anniversary concessions. Where are we going to come up with all the money? I can hear all of us are going to have to go, break into our IRA and retirement funds to buy all the tchotchkes that Barbra's going to have for sale. Hopefully there'll be no red capes with fur linings like 2000. That was the weirdest thing from Timeless. Anyway, so we're in 1926. I'm going to wrap this up now because I have to keep these to 20 minutes for YouTube. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll be back next week with more Sunday with Allie, the Barbra Streisand Videocast. And I hope you guys have a great week. By the way, I had a very good checkup with the doctor. I'm happy to report that I'm in good shape. Yes. So, till next week, this is Allie Waldman signing off, and I'll see you then. Bye-bye.